What's going on, guys? Today is the 26th of November. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. And boy, howdy do I got. Well, at least it'll be a vlog. It's not anything like crazy that happened to me, but it's an idea that I've had for a very long time. Well, we're going to be looking at just cool things. Look, it looks like it used to be a trail. See how it kind of like worms its way back there? Maybe not. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just Mother Nature in her natural trails. Anyway, this one's going to be about wrestling, so if you're not a big wrestling fan, I apologize in advance. But so I had this idea ever since I moved. I've had this idea, specifically backyard, right? And again, nothing, since I've done both, nothing, and I mean, a lot of people have done both, so not that I have done as much as anybody else, but I'm just saying, like, no disrespect to any in-ring performers. That being said, I've always had this, like, cool idea of getting 1 to 2, maybe even 3, depending on how many we could get, wrestlers from each or as many backyard promotions as we could get to have like a backyard wrestling like World Cup. This man has just went over those barriers like it was nothing. But like a backyard wrestling World Cup would be amazing. Like there's so many promotions out there right now, and then some that are like defunct but could easily come back if you like find people, like email people and dig things up. I mean, I'm sure somebody in whatever company they're in would want to do it. So I like there's TBW. That's one of the bigger ones right now. It's Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. They're pretty fun to watch. CHW. They're overseas, and they're really good. WAW. That was the first one when I first moved out of the house. Not moved away to a different state, but when I first moved out of the house, that was one of the first like backyard wrestling things I ever saw, like for myself. Like I feel like I may have seen some here and there just like randomly, but that was the first one that I saw that like I looked it up to see if I could just find any cool backyard stuff, and this is before I was even doing anything. Besides like the ones we had with friends before that, just like after a pay-per-view we'd go outside and wrestle a little bit, have matches. I remember one match we had, I almost died because Levi almost powerbombed me into the nether. But it was like a Survivor Series match we kind of had. It's kind of fun. I think our team lost. I lost by count out. Because I mean, I'm always a heel. I was even a heel way back then. I'm talking like 2007, 2008. But anyway, the first like backyard promotion that I ever watched was WAW, which was Waco Association of Wrestling. Now, they were really cool. They had the very first match ever that I watched was Supermex Diego Horta versus IOV, the Innovator of Violence. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's Tommy Dreamer's like nickname, but I mean, backyard, you take inspiration from everything. So, but no, I just thought he looked cool because he had the long black hair and he had like a face mask, like the kind, not like the ones we had during 2020, but he had just kind of a cool like mouth guard, face mask kind of thing, and he was a villain as well. And then like Supermax was just a big dude, and he was like strong as heck. So that match was fun to watch. And what was his, that Tijuana twist was his finisher. And that was fun when they actually had a ring. But then, so it was backyard. They called it backyard, but they had a ring. But they also had what was probably at the time, maybe even still, it's definitely in my top 5 favorite backyard matches of all time. It might even be in my top 10 favorite like wrestling matches of all time. Maybe I'll do that sometime. My top 10 favorite wrestling matches ever, backyard or not. So it was a Heart of Texas death match, and I wanted to do like an opposite kind of thing, like the Heart of Maine death match. So that wire is very low. I wonder if they know that. Right there, I can like reach over there and grab that. That's pretty low. I wonder. Oh yeah, that's like stupid low. Oh, that's like touching the ground low. I might have to tell them that when I get down there, because that is not good. Unless it's supposed to be running down there, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, I'll let them know about that when I get down. They probably already know, but just to throw it out to them on the off chance. So, yeah, the Heart of Maine death match. So the Heart of Texas death match was like, they did it on the hottest day that they could have that year, and had a death match. And they started out in the ring. Well, this is a cool little area. They started out in the ring, and they went all around the place. They went into the backyard. They had a bunch of stuff there. Like they had light tubes. They had like street signs, and like just there's a kitchen sink. Like they had made that joke, everything including the kitchen sink, or I think they said everything but the kitchen sink, and they found a kitchen sink, hit him with that, and he said, "Oh my gosh, he's hit him with everything." But they were doing like different pile drivers and like all different kinds of moves. They went into the backyard, into the front yard, into the driveway, up on top of the roof. Like this match was fun to watch. And I wanted to do something like that, but like Heart of Maine on like one of the coldest days, and like you'd think, that's kind of not great. I mean, you don't wrestle in the cold, but I mean, once you start going, you're gonna be sweating, so you won't have to worry about that. But yeah, I wanted to do that, man. I wanted to wrestle. I still do, but all that being said, it kind of just reignited. I want to get a shot of this whole thing so you guys see what's going on over here. It's just cool looking. But I want the deer. It is. This is a deer just crossing the street down there. Just a little doe. Oh, actually, it's not crossing the street. It's going down the same direction. It's a real small one. That's kind of worrisome. I don't want to get clapped by mama deer, wherever she might be. Over there somewhere. Here's somebody rustling in the leaves. Just watching for her, because you don't want to fight a deer. They'll... Oh, buddy. Careful. Careful. Made it up there though. But yeah, it just made me think. There's so many different like promotions out there, and imagine having all of them. Oh, I cannot forget to mention the sorry, I'm just I was just watching that deer watching me. I lost my train of thought here. I knew that was going to happen at one point in time. Always happens at least once. There's a squirrel's not a deer. Just always worried about Mama Deer, Mama Duke, running, trampling me down. But you can't forget about the late great Wicked J. Hey, how are you doing today? You can't forget about the late great Wicked J. And I can't, off the top of my head, I cannot remember the promotion that he was in. But they are very good. I think actually they're just like an actual in-ring promotion now. They're no longer backyard. And I'm sure we could get. I got some connections with. What is it now? Limitless Wrestling. I don't know if you guys seen that. That's like one of the biggest promotions in New England right now. Limitless Wrestling, made by a buddy that used to do backyard. And oh. All right. A lot of times I don't even see those deer until it's like until they're already upon me. But yeah, Limitless Wrestling. I mean, I guess that would be my, if I really wanted to do it, like I do a GoFundMe, and like I could ask Randy if what he thinks about that. I mean, honestly, he'd probably just be like, kind of busy doing my own thing now. Like, he's out of the backyard, so he probably won't. These decorations here, all tipped over. It probably looks pretty cool, man. Maybe I'll come over here at night and see what's going on. But yeah, man, I just want to get like a huge World Cup of backyard wrestling going on with like as many promotions as possible, and probably I guess I don't want to like try to break kayfabe here, and like, because obviously, I mean, I would try to see if anybody in the TTW would want to try to be in on the actions. But I mean, I would definitely want to be, and I since I'm talking about it now, like, I'm not gonna put myself over to win the whole thing. Maybe I win one match because I'm a heel at heart in wrestling. I'm a much better heel than I am a face. Heels are bad guys, faces are good guys, babyface. But I am much better heel than I am face, so I definitely would want to be part of it. And so like how I would set up, I guess, the matches, if we had enough people to do it, instead of just 1v1s all the way up to the top, because that would take forever. I think I would have it in a couple of blocks. Block A, Block B, C, and D, with as fatal fours, or however many extra blocks we need, and maybe even triple threats if that's how it ends up being. And then like those matches are, since it's backyard, they'll all be under some kind of hardcore stipulation, right? So some might be ladder matches, some of them might be a submission match or tables match or something. They all are all going to have a stipulation until the end, which the last one will or so after all the blocks are done, it will be all singles matches, right? All the winners of the Fatal Fours or Triple Threats would go on to the semi-final round of the tournament, so to speak, and they would be singles matches, all with maybe those ones won't have stipulations. The very final one, maybe they will. There is his backyard. Yeah, all of them are gonna have stipulations of some sort. All the way to the end, and so the final one will have one stipulation that none of the other ones had, and that will be an Iron Man match to really prove. I was thinking 30-minute, but a 60-minute one would really actually be the icing on the cake, like that, because we're trying to prove who's the best backyard wrestler of all time, right? In the world. So I guess that's how it would have to be, like maybe a 60-minute. 'Cause 30 minutes pretty dang good. I mean, I've been in a 30-minute Iron Man match. And let me tell you something about Iron Man matches, man. You better pace yourself. You had better pace yourself, because if you don't, golly, we had that Iron Man match, like we actually practiced that one. I feel like I mentioned this in the last time I was talking about it, but we practiced that one as like right down to a T. But when we actually got into the match, we didn't pace it well. It wasn't paced well. So about halfway through, maybe even a little less than halfway through, we still had like 20, or maybe not 20, but more than 15 minutes left of time. And we had done like all the things, all the spots we kind of like had planned. And so we were like, oh shoot. But like I mentioned before, Kid Bell was really good at ring chemistry and improvising on the spot. So we were able to finish the match, and I do remember, I did talk about this. We were able to finish the match, having spots that we just came up with, and we just went with, and it worked out. So, and I'm sure everyone else that would participate in this would be able to do the same thing, 'cause, like watching their matches, and 'cause I watch a lot of backyard. I do watch a lot of in-ring regular, just like classic wrestling. Like, I don't watch too much AEW, I guess, but some Impact, some WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, just like a lot of, right? There's a lot to watch. There's so much to watch, but I watch a lot of backyard promotions as well. And I mean, sometimes it gets hard to keep up with everybody. But TBW, I've been watching a lot recently. It might be my favorite currently. Yeah, a little shout out to Gage Flair. Woo. But yeah, a world tournament would be amazing. So I was thinking about maybe, like I said, starting a GoFundMe. I don't know how feasible it would be to actually do this. Maybe stick to just the US, because that would be a lot easier to, have people fly out for this. I'm sure if it got to a point where like people were knew about this thing, people would really want to be part of it, because it would be a big event. And I guess it would be on everybody's channel. including, I guess we'd have to start a brand new channel for that in specific. And just have it like once a year, or maybe once every few years, to kind of let that one person gloat a little bit, you know, have it on their resume under their belt. And oh geez, this is like 20 minutes long. Let me post this and then start over with the next part of this, because like this, I don't know if this idea is even feasible. I'm just throwing it out here, just talking about it, just so I can have it talked about, and like, so I don't have to try to remember everything, you know, because it's been said. So yeah, I'm gonna post this and then I'll do a part 2 in just a bit. So this is part 1 for this wrestling World Cup, backyard World Cup. Deuces.